Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Microphone check, microphone checker, microphone check, microphone checker. Is this thing on? All right, looks like we're ready. So let's go. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Good day, everyone. Whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Jose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. And today we're playing WWE2K25. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. I'm just jumping in real quick right here. This is gonna be a really brief episode, at least that is my intent. But sometimes how these things go. But this should still be relatively short. I'm just going to jump in. We're going to do a quick pack opening. We had a new pack release this past week. Let's go over here to as we jump to the game to the pack market, and we had the pack release this week, the WrestleMania Vegas Volume 2 set, and it's the WrestleMania 41 Series Volume 2. In fact, let me go ahead and grab my screenshot while we're here. We'll go ahead and get that started. Council. We got some new live events coming this week. I've been trying my best, and I use that term relative, to get through the Cena Breaks Undertaker live event. As you guys know that have been following me, I thought that the Cena Breaks Sami Zayn was one of the hardest things I've done in gaming, and it's still right up there. But this Cena Breaks Undertaker event is just as bad, if not worse. The only thing that makes that event different from say the Break Sami Zayn event is that your attempts are relatively shorter, because with most of the attempts, it's either a quick squash match, as the Undertaker destroys you for the most part, because he has a couple of moves that he does, and if you're not a whiz at reversals, the match is over. It's an underground match, and underground is basically a KO match. So there's obviously his Undertaker's trademark move is the tombstone. He has a couple of variations of that he does, and those are the main two moves that he spams in that match. And if you miss your reversal points on those, if he does those to you 2 times, match is over. So the attempts to that match, I've been trying it for God knows how many times. I still haven't reached the level of attempts I did on the Sami Zayn, but the Sami Zayn matches were much longer. These matches, the Undertaker matches, are shorter, so therefore we're packing more attempts at it in. But this, is still just as aggravating. It's generally speaking, I say it's less difficult than the Sami Zayn event, but not by much. And I'm still trying to get that knocked out. I got 5 days, you see, to try to get that one, and then we can get into the Cena Breaks. Cody, for everything I saw on Reddit or online regarding this one is a little bit easier. It's a 1-on-1 match. I think it's falls count anywhere or something like that. Let me see. Let's take a look at it. It's where we at? Rule changes. 2 out of 3 falls. Yeah, that's what it is. So that makes it a little bit easier, because you can kind of, you could do there's some tricks you can do with countouts and things like that. If you can get them knocked down and time your countouts right, there's ways you can get those falls without even having to deal with actually per se beating him, if you can stun him long enough and keep him down long enough to get a count out or something. So there's tricks to that one. So that one's relatively easier than the matches leading up to it. But as I understand, it's still not a cakewalk, because Cody reverses like all get out. But that's been a recurring theme in all of these matches. So I'd like to still think, since I finally got through Zayn, that I can get through the Undertaker at some point within the next 5 days, but we'll see. But that's not why we're here today. Why I tabbed over to this page is because I want to tab over to the upcoming live events to kind of set up for what's coming later today within the next couple hours. And I haven't, still decided whether I would get back on later today to try to address doing some of these things on live, or do them off camera and just come back in after I've picked up the cards or whatever. I haven't decided on that yet, but we'll definitely do the pack opening if nothing else. But related to the WrestleMania 41 Volume 2 set or pack that came out. These are live events that will be coming up later today, as you can see in 42 minutes, basically. And this one is WrestleMania 41 Volume 2 Boss Battle Sound the Sirens. This is an ambulance match, isn't it? Yipes. All right. This was Kofi Kingston versus Roman Reigns. That should be fun. And it's for a Ruby Chad Gable 16 card. And we got to beat this multiple times too. Crud. A Tempest pack, boo. And a couple of WrestleMania packs, a basic and a deluxe, and a Ruby Chad Gable card. And this is what Gable's looking like. More importantly, the badges: Be Repellent, Sting Like a Bee, Swiftness, Dive Bomber. He's a Ruby card. Payback is Comeback. So that's a decent Chad Gable card. Then you have WrestleMania Volume 2 Boss Battle that requires a Sapphire Kairi Sane from the WrestleMania Volume 2 set. And that's a Boss Battle 1-on-1 match. Kairi Sane versus Rhea Ripley. And it's for a Ruby Maxine Dupree card. That one's also has multiple reward tiers. Also, Tempest pack, a basic WrestleMania Volume 2 pack, and a deluxe WrestleMania pack. I don't know if that's Volume 1 or Volume 2. It looks like I can't tell from here, but one of them. And you can get a Ruby Maxine Dupree card, and the Maxine Dupree card. We'll look more closely at the stats if we ever earn it. These are our badges: Anaconda, Sting Like a Bee, Rabble Rouser, Going In Hot, and our Payback is Comeback. I like that Payback. I actually like her card. I played a little bit with her card, and her moveset is one that actually kind of fits my play style. So I actually like her card and like playing with her sometimes. She's just not one of your better cards overall in the game. So, once you get around her moveset, her moveset at least fits my play style. She's very easy. Her cards are usually not that durable, but as far as like she's fun to play with, if that makes any sense. But I usually don't. She's still not usually my card of choice because her cards are not that durable. But she's cool to play with. You can get some moves in. It's just that if the AI gets to you, you're gonna go down quickly most of the time. But I like her moveset. All right, then you got another live event here coming, Gauntlet of Immortals. This requires a male card from the WrestleMania Volume 2 set, and it's a gauntlet match for 4,000 MFP. That should be interesting. All right, then you got a Gauntlet of Immortals 2, and that's on a gauntlet match on the women's side for 4,000 MFP, and that just requires any women's card from the WrestleMania Volume 2. And then we got a Kane's Birthday Bash match, and that requires any random gold card as a one-on match versus the Big Red Machine for 1,500. And 2K really needs to step it up on these rewards for these live events, man. Come on, I mean, you get 1,500 MFP in 2 or 3 matches, man. Just generally speaking, even if you're not grinding MFP, that they got to do better than that, bro. All right, but that's what's coming up. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. I'm gonna hop over here. First, let me show you where I'm at on my collector's level, my collection, all that good stuff, so on and so forth. I'm 35 cards away from the next level. I'm level 18 right now, shooting for level 19, so I can get this Diamond Liv Morgan card I'd love to have. Number 1, because she's a striker, and I love strikers. Number 2, those wonderful stats. They're all kind of on the high end of things. We're still not in the pink diamond stage or none of that stuff yet, but these diamond cards, if you can get them, like the Fatu card I got, man, that's been clutch as far as like going through faction wars and stuff like that. But these are her badges: Sting Like a Bee, Rabble Rouser, Heavy Handed, Pain Train, Dive Bomber, all purple. Can't mess with that, man. All right, Payback's Resiliency. Enough said. You already know what it is when it comes to Resiliency as the Payback. I want that card. Enough said. All right, but I still got a long way to go. Like I said, 35 to get there. So let's get into it. Hopefully, what we do today, that will be our first 2 steps towards getting digging into them 35 cards. So let's go. All right, WrestleMania Volume 2, Deluxe Pack. I've been grinding off camera, grinding my tail off, man, to get to the point where I can do a 20 box. I was going to do a 10 box. I think my strategy now, I've kind of formulated how I'm going to do it. What we're going to do is, because I've kind of gotten a feel now for, since the 2K with this, with 25, it's kind of got this thing where you got these required cards for live events and so on and so forth. And it seems like the cards that they have required, that the odds are a little different for pulling them cards, man, because since we've been doing this since 2K25 has been out, it's always like, okay, I usually pull the first card without too much trouble. Then that second card, you got to pull a ton of cards before you even get close to even getting that second card, man. I've literally had to grind it out ever since Tempest came out, for all these different packs and different sets to get these required cards for these live events. I think this will be no different. That's why my strategy as of right now, and henceforth with some of these packs, and of course we'll see how some of the odds play out with future packs. But for right now, my thing is going to be when a new pack drops, I'm going to pop 220 boxes, 210, and then we'll start messing around with the singles and play it by ear from there. But for every pack coming out, as long as time permits and I can grind it out, because I don't mind grinding per se, and I've kind of got a certain technique. I know there's other matches that folks can run where you can get a little bit more MFP per match, but those matches don't work for me in my play style. So I still like to do the women's matches for my grind. It's a little bit slower. It takes a little bit more time. I mean, like last night I spent a grind that probably takes guys that are really good with the other match probably 4 hours. It takes me about 5 hours to grind, the way I like to grind. And it's all good, man. It could be a little tedious, and I'm sure at some point I'll probably burn out, and I might cut down even more from the videos I do. I don't do a ton of videos with WWE2K25, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, WrestleMania Series Volume 2 20-pack box. I grinded for 5 hours yesterday to being able to qualify to purchase a 20 box. As you can see, MFP is 231,369. We're going up to the featured series. Let's go here. Where we at? At WrestleMania Volume 2, we want to get a 20 box. You see, 20 box deluxe is 228,600. We got 231,369. So let's make that purchase. Purchase with MFP. Let's go. I got 2,769 MFP remaining after that purchase. So let's hit it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna open later. Right now, before we get started, this is what we're gonna come out, go to the main menu. Come back. We'll see how this pack opening goes, and if it's doing stupid stuff, we're gonna hop out and go back at it again. What I do now is we'll do half the pack, see what it's doing. If I don't like what it's doing, we're gonna come back out. So we'll play it from there. All right, so let's go. All right, so we got unopened packs, 21. Let's go. We'll start with the action pack cosmetics. We'll go ahead and open that first. You got that 20 box. Reveal all. And those are the cosmetics. We'll come back to those. I might use that to dress up my Faction Wars squads henceforth. But we got 20 packs to go. I've been, let's see what the 4 hours I spent yesterday has granted me. All right, let's go. First pack. Reveal all. Garbage. We got a ruby still on side plate, duplicate MFP. Next pack. Reveal all. All right, we got a sapphire carrying cross, our first card from the set, so we know we qualify for at least one of the upcoming live events today. Duplicate MFP and the emerald awareness side plate. Next pack. All right, we got a red glow, so that means a potential ruby card. Let's see. That means All right, we got my man Sheamus. You know, I love playing with Sheamus. That's a good card for me and my play style. He's a striker. Let's go. All right, I'm happy about that. Other than that, we got duplicate MFP and a Ruby always moving side plate. Let's take a look at Sheamus. These are his badges. Excuse me, his statistics, his attributes or stats. His badges, he has a level 3 Merciless Opportunist, a level 1 Leg Day, a level 2 Sting Like a Bee, and a level 2 Second Wind. His payback is Freeze. All right, so continue. Next pack, 17. Real Law. Oh, shucks. We had a double Emerald pack, but they was the same guy in the same pack. How often does that happen? All right, we got a Emerald Cruz del Toro. This is a double pack for Emerald Cruz del Toro. Let's see what we got with Cruz. These are his attributes. I don't think I ever seen that before. Where doubles of the same Emerald in the same pack. All right, we got sticking, level 1 sticking together, level 1 locomotion. Payback is nada. And 2 MFP. For you got the cool thing about the double emeralds is you got 4,500 back. We'll take it. All right, pack 16 packs to go. All right, still off Dakota Kai. So we got the female card from the set. We still don't have the one that we need for specifically for live events, but we got one for one of the live events there, and that we had to have a female card from the set so we can do the male and the female gauntlet matches. We got an Area Master side plate and duplicate MP, and gosh, those are really horrible duplicate MP numbers there. All right, and these are her attributes. You know, I used to love, and 2K24, I love playing with Dakota Kai. That was a card that got me through so much of that game. Be repellent, lifesaver, all level 1 badges. That's it with that. I haven't really played with her much in 25 because she plays differently in 25 than she did in 24. All right, but we got the female card that we need for the gauntlet match. All right, at least one. Open pack. All right, reveal all. That's a garbage pack there. Duplicate MFP and not very good duplicate MFP. We got the Emerald Super Speed. All right, 14. 14 packs to go. All right, we got the Tactical Best Oddity. We got a winner. We have a Ruby Cody Rhodes. All right, continue. I didn't even see that one coming. So out of this pack, this was a decent pack. We would have wished we could have done better on the duplicate MFP, but we got a Tactical Best Oddity, what we need for is that for King Booker? We still don't have King Booker, so I think that only leaves the shopping cart for King Booker. I gotta go. We'll go take a look at that before we hop out. But this is Cody Rhodes, 81. These are his attributes. Nothing too crazy. Badges. Level 3 endurance. Level 2 sting like a bee. Level 1 second wind. Level 2 locomotion. Comeback. The rage, so you can't argue with that. Again, garbage duplicate MFP, but that's okay pack. All right, next up, 13 packs to go. 13 packs to go. Let's open our next pack. Still all. All right, that's another garbage pack, but didn't do horribly on the duplicate MFP. We got an Emerald Grapple Master side plate. 12 packs to go. 12 packs to go. Let's open the pack. halfway through the pack, I think we will jump back out and reset the odds just for the heck of it. Oh, we got another ruby. Let's reveal all. We have the main event, Jey Uso. The main event, Jey Uso. Go. 81 overall. These are his attributes. Badges, level 3, I always see it coming. Level 2, sting like a bee. Level 2, pain train. Level 1, quick climber. Payback is rage. Can't complain. I can't complain about that one. So we kind of have chopped up a few of the rubies in this set. We like to see some. It seems like base, and that's what I was talking about earlier about how, like with some of the requirements now, since this 2K25 has came out and they have some of these required cards for these live events now, those cards are more difficult to pull than some of the other cards, because in 2K24 it was, you got sapphires on a regular basis, but now it's like the sapphires are like the super rares in these packs, man. And it's even hard to pull the emeralds, and that was a regular in 2K24, man. Those were pretty, relatively easy to pull, given the odds on the pack, but you still got them on a fairly consistent basis. All right, 11 pack, reveal all. Another garbage pack. All right. And we got 10 to go. We're going to hop out. I wanted to take a look at something in regards to my collection to see where we're at on oddities. I only need one thing for King Booker, and that's the WCW TV Championship, and then I can have King Booker, and he's the only one I'm missing now. We got Trish, we got Bray. I just need the WCW TV Championship in order to qualify for King Booker. So, and we're 25 cards until that Liv Morgan card, baby. 25 cards. So within these next 10 packs, can we crack through some of that? So we're going to jump out here. So let's back out. Again. All right, we're coming back in. Trying not to get copyright strikes on that music. All right, and we're going to jump back into my faction. I'm going to hop back over. 25 cards to the next level. 25 cards to live. 10 on open packs. Let's go. Start with pack 10. Reveal all. Garbage. All right, we got a bronze cosmetic wallpaper 66. Continue. Pack 9 packs. Reveal all. All right, we got another female out of the set. We got Miss Natty, 71, Emerald. Miss Natalia, or Miss Natty. Let's see what we're doing with Miss Natalia. These are her attributes. Since submission is part of the new meta in the game right now, this card could be useful. And she will certainly fit into my all-female grinding card set now, because she is an Emerald and she has Showman. So I'm going to have to look at probably repackaging some of my MFP grinding packages here and incorporate her into a version of the team, probably. All right. No paybacks. No other things going on there, but that Showman badge is something that will have to give me cause to give this card a second look. As far as some of my MFP grinding. All right. Other than that, we got the Emerald Raging Bull side plates, duplicate MFP. Nothing to brag about there. Next pack. 8 packs to go. 8 packs to go. We still don't have a Kofi or Dakota Kai, so we're still not qualified for either of those live events yet. And this pull didn't help there. We got an Emerald Logo 50 cosmetic, Sapphire Bird Prey cosmetic. Nothing else to talk about. All right, next pack, 7 packs. Reel off. All right, nothing going on. Oh, B-Fab. B-Fab is in the house. All right, 2250, Duke MLP, a Gordian Knot, Emerald side plate. We got an Emerald B-Fab card. This is a card I was actually looking forward to try to see if we could pull from this pack. I do want to definitely use her in one of my variations for our MLP grinding squad because she has a good grinding badge as well. She has level 1 Rage and more importantly level 1 Unscathed. And that's so she will also be under consideration for another variation of my grinding package. But welcome to the squad, be fast. All right, 6 cards to go. 6 cards to go. Law, no duplicate Dakota Kai, so that's duplicate MLP coming back to me. Bronze Wallpaper 27, Emerald Grapple Master side plate. We've seen Grapple Master before. Duplicate MLP. Nada. 5 packs to go. 5 packs to go. All right, we need Kofi or Carry, man, and we have not got either one. Sapphire Unbreakable side plate. Nothing going on there. 4 packs to go. 4 packs to go. 4 packs to go. All right, we have the Sapphire Rey Mysterio, duplicate MFP, and Sapphires. I say like that's the new holy grail in these packs these days. All right, these are his stats, his badges. Level 2 Sting Like a Bee, level 1 Swiftness, level 1 Quick Climber. Comeback is Rage. I don't play much with Ray. He's a high flyer, and that his just doesn't fit well with my play style. All right, 3 packs to go. 3 packs to go. All right, another female adding to the collection. So we got a few female cards, so we have some options on what we can use for that gauntlet match. But we still don't have Kairi Sane yet. But we did pull a Sapphire Maurice. And straight garbage duplicate MFP here. But for Maurice, we have these are her attributes. We got level 1 endurance. Oh, she has quick winner. Interesting. So she could be useful in a grinding package, but we don't have any grinding scenarios now for emeralds, but sapphires. But when we do, we have to put her up for consideration because she has one of the badges. She has a quick winner, level 1 quick winner, and level 1 wet blanket. Her payback is freeze. All right. Down to our last 2 packs. So let's go. Let's go. All right. We have an emerald now. Let's reveal all. Oh, we got double emerald here, it looks like. All right. Tamina has made an appearance. That's a card I don't have. I'm glad to have her aboard. We also earned this is a double emerald pack. This is a good pack here. 1,500 duplicate and 25 duplicate MFP, a sapphire slippery side plate. This is a really good pack. 72 Charlie Dempsey. These are Charlie Dempsey's attributes. Again, he's a technician. No paybacks. Badges heavy-handed. Oh, he has quick winner. So there's another card that might want to take in consideration for grinding packages. There's no current grinding matches that for emerald cards, at least on the men's side yet. But in the future, if there's some event that comes up in the World Tour or something that requires emerald cards that we can use for grinding, this might be a card we want to consider for putting together a grinding package on the men's side of the game. All right, but over on here with Miss Tamina, 70 overall. These are her, excuse me, her attributes, her badges. Level 1 heavy-handed, level 1 sting like a bee. No paybacks. All right, so that's a decent pack. You know, we're Emerald City today, man. All right, open pack. Excuse me. This is our last pack for today. What say you, 2K? Not much. Duplicate Cody. So we got 11,250 back on that. We got an Emerald Super String side plate and future duplicate MFP there and an Emerald Super String. And that's going to close it out for the pack opening for today. So we came in with roughly 230,000 MFP. We lead with 41,829 MFP. And as we go back now and make an assessment on what we've earned today in our pack opening, we go over here to WrestleMania 41 Series Volume 2. And we got 12 out of the 18 in the set. So for a 20 box, 12 out of 18 is actually not too bad. So I would say today's pack opening was a success, even though we didn't even breathe or get close to any of the cards required for the featured live events, i.e. Kofi, the Sapphire Kofi or the Sapphire Carry Sane that are needed for the live event. So we still got to kind of plug away at that. And that's what I was saying earlier. You know, my plan now is just to, with all these sets going forward, because this is going to be clearly going to be the norm now with 2K is with these Sapphire required for live events, and they've obviously tweaked the rarity on these Sapphire cards to make them more rare in these packs, because it's crazy that you're pulling rubies at a much higher frequency than you can pull the sapphires out of these packs. But that lets you know what kind of game they're playing here. So that being said, my strategy going forward is going to be 20-20, 10-10 on deluxe boxes, and then I play it by ear after that. So every pack, my goal is going to be to pop open, which is still a ton when you think about it, because you're talking 60 cards from each set of packs that come out. Because 220 boxes, 220 deluxe boxes, 210 10 deluxe boxes. That's already 60 cards in. And that's crazy, man, because I play other games with oddity and rarity and all that stuff, you know, card games. You know, I come from playing, you know, Hero Clicks, if you're familiar with that, and that's a little miniatures collectibles game. And all these things have different like rarities and all that stuff like that. And for you, can you imagine having to buy, especially when you really think about it, if you look at this from a realistic perspective, given how much 2K is charging for virtual VC or virtual currency, how much, if you had to physically buy this stuff, how much money you would be spending? Because even what they're charging for this, spending money on this virtual stuff just to get these cards is crazy, man. If you really sit down and think about it, that's why I've spent money on this game in the past, but you won't see me doing it anymore in the future. I'll grind it out all day, man. And if 2K comes in and makes grinding harder, so be it. But you know, they might force me out, and if that's what it is, that's what it is. But for right now, I'm where I'm at. You know, I'm on the edge with enjoying this game. I think 2K25 is an improvement over 2K24, but right now 2K is right on that edge, man. And depending on what they do going forward, you know, because there's been a lot of bugs in, you know, some of the releases with some of these packs and different little things. Thankfully, this pack released without any bugs so far, at least that I'm aware of, which is good because the last few packs, you know, they've released with bugs, you know, right out the gate, you know, depending, you know, different things going on. But it looks like they finally got it right with this WrestleMania Series Volume 2. But all that being said, you know, 2K just needs to be, they're kind of teetering on that edge between, you know, trying to because what they're trying to do is force people to spend money on packs. But you're right on that edge between where you're making this stuff too much of a pain in the butt, and you're going to run people away instead of making them encouraging, you know, doing things to encourage them towards putting money in packs. You know, you're always going to have them tryhards that got money and time and more money than time, you know. So they'll buy this stuff, but your average folks ain't got time for all that. and that's most of your majority of your player base is going to be your regular folks like that, that work for a living, like, so we ain't got, and even people that work for a living that are in the gaming, they only got so much time, man. Like, they only got so much money, so it's just a real fine line. But all that being said, this is what we got out of it so far. I got coat out of the ruby tier. I pulled all the rubies out of the set, and out of the sapphire tier, you can see what we're missing there. We're missing Dirty Dom, Carmelo Hayes, of course, the Kofi and Carry that are required for the live event, which is again cray in my humble opinion. We're missing Raquel, Dragon Lee on the Emerald side. And I actually kind of chuckled that we did pretty good on the Emerald side this time around. All right, because one of the cards I was coveting for, or hoping that I could pull was VFab. I definitely want to put her on my grind squad, but also looks like we're gonna do another package with Natty too, because the submission, like I say, is the new meta in the game right now. And there's some scenarios where I can cheese her with some of her submission moves to get through some of this grinding stuff, and just to kind of mix it up with my grinding anyway, because the grinding matches can be, on its head, be very tedious and very repetitive, and it'd be good to have different. That's why I like to play with a couple of different packages, so I can kind of mix that up a little bit, so the matches don't go exactly the same every time. It's just like, because I still, even when I'm grinding, I still kind of play the game, man, even if it's repetitive as hell. But that's just me. I know some guys kind of tune out with that, but I actually like the game. I like wrestling. I like this version of the game. It's definitely, like I say, it's an improvement over 2K24. And if they just tweak some little stuff here and there, man, it'd be a fun game. And if they quit putting these next to impossible live events in here, like, and that's only going to get worse as we get some of these higher card tiers, man. We're in early stages of the game when you think about it, and these are the easy tiers, and they've already put some craziness out there. So I can only imagine what we're going to be looking at when we start getting to the Pink Diamond and Opal and Galaxy Opal stages of the game, and what kind of live events and what kind of foolishness they put out here, especially when as a community we asked for new match types, and they threw this nonsense out here. And some of the nonsense they could come up with certain match types, like as you can see with the Underground match with the Undertaker, with the Avalanche match with Sami Zayn, and so on and so forth. This casket matches, and so they could, as we get to some of these higher card tiers, they could in the future, they could be some really stupid mess they come up with, man. So we'll see. I'm not going to fret about that, because I already come to the realization and the reality that I'm not going to get every card out of this game. I would like to, and so far I've been batting 1,000, but this Undertaker event might be the one that breaks me. I've been on a good run so far. It takes me a little more effort because, like I said, and you hear me say this time and time again on my lives, I'm not a button mashing idiot savant, so I'm not going to get them all because that's just not my skill set. But I've been hanging in there, man. Like, so apparently I'm a little better than I thought. I'm not straight garbage. I'm not that dude either, but I ain't garbage, But that being said, there's the online mode of the game here, the rank play, that ain't me, so I don't do good there. So that's an element of the game where I probably won't get some of the cards and rewards and different things out of that, because I just don't do well there, because this season right here, you got the Brown Breaker cards and all of that, and different tiers and rewards and stuff. And as you can see right now, I'm a Sapphire in rank play, but let's see. Can we look at let's see if I can show it from the leaderboard. You can see, man, I'm 56 and 14, man. 14 and 56. Me and online just don't, bro. And I play 70 games. I'm 56, 14 and 56. So it is what it is. That ain't my lick, man. And I've never been a big fan of online play in games anyway. I like solo play. That's just me. But I try to get, because there's a path, and there's rewards and there's tiers associated with that. I have jumped my happy tail out there and tried to run a few, and done, as you can see, not done that well out there. All right, but that's what it is. All right, so I think this is where I'm going to kind of jump off, and I might jump back on the live events, but I doubt it now because I was hoping I at least get one of the two required cards, either the Kofi or the carry, and we got neither. So I might give it a go at these later on today at these live events just to see how they play. And depending on how I feel, I might jump back on live and kind of show some of my efforts there. But for the most part, like I say, the plan is going to be grinding. Now I'm going to get back on the grind now, grind up for another 20 box, the 20 deluxe box. So I'm at 41 right now, so I got to grind. I got a long way to go to get back up to another 228. So that's where I'm at. When I get enough to get another deluxe box, I'll be back on live for a pack opening. But other than that, I think that's it. You know, I don't know how long that's going to take. Since I did 4 hours yesterday. I don't know if I got 4 hours in me today, so it might be over the next few days. But we got more time here because I think let's see, the next pack won't be coming around for a couple of weeks, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 12 days. Yeah, so we got time this time. So I'm gonna take my time and kind of grind through this week, man. I'm not gonna force it this time. If I do get a wild inkling to kind of grind it out, you know, I might go hardcore mode and we go ahead and grind up for a 20. And every time I'm doing a 20 or a 10, I jump on live real quick to do the 20 or the 10, and we'll leave it at that. But I definitely get online to do my pack openings. I don't know if I do other content because there's a bunch of other YouTubers out there doing that already, man. And I'm not in my YouTube career, so to speak. I'm not yet to that stage. But but if y'all people want me to get out here and put some content out, believe me, I will. So I'm gonna leave that to the people. But otherwise, I will consistently put out some pack openings, whatever. I might come in and do some faction wars every now and then. I got 8 tickets there. I'm still trying to shoot out, knock out these live events. I got roughly 5. It'll be 4 days because I don't know how much I'm going to get energy I'm going to put in trying to knock this thing out today. But I got 5 days to try to get this Undertaker. Then another 5 days to do the Cody, because they're both the time frame is associated with both of those is the same. So I don't know if I'll get to that or not. If not, it'll be when the encore comes around or not. But I'm not going to stress over that much. I've done fairly well because if we go and look at my collection, but all the sets, the only set that I don't have a lot of the cards out of is this Legend set. See, I got 0 out of 5 over here, 0 out of 5 over here. I got 5 out of 5 here. And I think most of these I bought with MFP, if I'm not mistaken. I think all of these I bought with MFP. Same here. I think pretty much all of these I got with MFP. So excuse me, with VC, I think I'm not mistaken, I might have bought all of these straight up. So I might come back and address that at some time. We'll see, because I have time to knock those out in the future. I completed. I know I bought a lot of stuff out of the Superstar Series 1 because those cards were dirt cheap. So I was like, okay, just buy those with MFP. So we got all the Superstar Series. Out of Fierce, the only card we need is Rhea Ripley, and then we'll get the Batista. So I always have the option for that. But right now, I was like, let's chop up the current packs, and then we'll go back to the past packs and see where we're at then. For Ascent, all I need is the jump to Von Evans on one side, and then the Nathan Frazier and Fallon Henry on the other side. I can get a Cosmetics and a Trick Williams card. For Electric, now we're close to that now. I only need the Becky Lynch card to get the Cosmetics pack, and I only need the Tangaloa card to get the Rock card. So that's one card out of there. So I'm 7 out of 10 out of that pack. Tempest, I'm even closer. The only thing I'm missing out of the Tempest set in order to get the J.D. Cargill card, which I really want, is the Jacob Fatu card. So out of that. And WrestleMania Volume 1, we are we pulled the lot, and I pulled that off camera out of one of the packs that was awarded from one of the other live events. We got the Lyra Valkyria card. So now we got all the rubies out of this set, and so the only thing we're missing out of here is from this side we're missing Julius Creed, Chelsea Green, and a host of emeralds. We're missing Bruno Sammartino, Alba Fire, JBL, and Tozawa, and that can get us the Tiffany Stratton card, which I like her that. This Ruby Tiffany Stratton, I like that card too, but I'm just missing a ton to try to get to that one yet. So we'll just have to see how that plays out as far as like free packs and stuff like that. And if push comes to shove, I might come back and buy some of these cards from the card market. But my first thing is always going to be to kind of make a dig at knocking out stuff needed for live events and current events from current packs. So right now, we're trying to shoot our shot to get Kofi and Kyrie so that we can participate in upcoming live events later on in the day. But that's where we're at. And again, rewards, the only thing I'm looking for here is I need to get the WCW TV Championship so I can get the King Booker card. Other than that, that's all I'm looking at. And we're only 16 cards away from getting Liv Morgan. So the next 20 box, man, we'll see where we're at. I could possibly, let me see, what are we looking like in the token market? 5 or 10 here. And if I were to buy, how much these cards are? 50. And I got 201 tokens. So I could buy 4 cards out of here if I chose to do so. So I would need 4 here. And that would get me, so still be over 10. So it's just better just to wait and see what happens with packs. Because I'm kind of sitting on my tokens right now. The other thing I could also do, I could definitely grind out Faction Wars. Acquire a few more Faction War bosses out of here. I got 8 tickets. I got 4,823 points currently booked, which means I could buy 1 boss right now. Theoretically, if I complete 8 runs successfully, there's another 8 bosses I could buy. I always want to keep a couple of tickets in the bank. So mentally, I'm looking at 6 runs. I keep 2 tickets in the bank, so I could buy another 6 bosses. That's still not going to get me past the 16 that I need. So again, I'm going to wait around till I pop some more packs and then see where we're at from there. And then when I'm closer, and if it's something like where I only need 1 or 2 cards, then we can look at the options of either jumping into Faction Wars or going to the token market and getting me where I need to be. Because I'm still trying to sit on tokens at least into the Ruby. I think the Ruby tier opens. I don't know when that's going to open. And because at some point it's going to be where the cards are so expensive that tokens are going to be more of a commodity. Right now, everything's super cheap, so you could kind of go crazy spending your tokens on cards because the cards don't cost that much. And it's not a big deal that they're giving you these tiny token rewards, 3 tokens here, 2 tokens here, and all that because the cards are cheap. But as the cards start to go up in price and the tiers start to get higher, those 2 and 3 token rewards are going to be pitiful, and you're going to be, not be able to get that much out of the token market. And the cards are not that great anyway. It's just that you're basically getting cards out of the token market to kind of jump collector's levels. Yeah, in Faction Wars, there are some good boss cards, but they're kind of hit and miss. But there are some here and there. At some point, you think they're gonna bring some more, rotate some more cards in here because we haven't had any new rotating cards in a couple of weeks. We haven't had any new permanent cards in a couple of weeks. We haven't had any new bosses. We're still seeing the same bosses. I guess that's giving us players, especially some of the more hardcore players, some time to grind through. As you can see, I've been kind of hit or miss there. There's still a lot I need to go here. If we can see now, let's go kind of count them up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leader, 6 taker, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, about 15 cards out of here, 15 bosses out of there. I actually need to go and get that channel because she's straight. And Asuka, I'm partial to the female cards if you didn't notice that already. She has a purple heavy-handed. Asuka, I think, does she have a purple anaconda? And given the meta in the game, that could be a little wicked card right there to use right now. What's her sub? Slippery Eel. Alexa Bliss is bad. I know the Yokozuna card has a couple of purple badges that could be useful. I haven't got comfortable playing with Giants because they're so slow. Because this Andre card is all purple badges, and he's, those badges are wicked. He's just so slow that I haven't really got to reach my comfort zone with trying to play with that card. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. I just purchased Bailey. Oops. No loss there. I was just looking at her. I didn't mean to purchase her. Well, we just purchased Bailey, so that's a moot point. All right. Lionheart. Yep. Man, I really wanted to get Asuka and not Bailey. Heavy-handed. And that's Cody. Lionheart. Look at me. All right, we'll have time for that though. So with that mistake being made, 823 on the board there. And that means we're now 1 card less, so 15 cards into the next level. But that's where we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking me out. You've been tuned in to another episode of Bose831 Gaming live on Twitch. I'm Bose831 Gaming on most of your major social media platforms, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. Wherever it is you're running across my content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you love. Let me know what you don't. But either way, let me know. The only way I can get better and provide you with the content that you want to see is with your feedback, and your feedback is appreciated. So holla at your boy. Let me know what it is, what you want, what you need. Episodes of my Twitch live streams are uploaded to my YouTube channel, typically in their entirety. Same thing applies there. If that's where you're running across my content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you love. Let me know what you don't. But either way, let me know. That's all I got for today. And like I say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? This has been your boy, Bose831 Gaming live on Twitch. Today, playing WWE2K25 in the My Faction mode of WWE2K25. We just did a pack opening for the WrestleMania 41 Volume 2. And that's WrestleMania Vegas Volume 2. WrestleMania 41 Series Volume 2. And we opened a 20 deluxe pack box today. And again, we're going to be grinding off camera towards another 20 pack box. When I get it, we'll be back on live. We're going to knock it out. We're trying to get that Kofi, trying to get that Carrie Sane. Let's go. I'm a wrestling fan all day. I'm kind of getting burnt out-ish towards this grinding stuff, but still trying to get it. I love this game. I love wrestling. I love WWE. Like Kendrick say, he a fan, and yeah, I'm a fan when it comes to wrestling. But at the same time, I'm not a simp. So I do have my limitations on the game. 2K, it's some stuff y'all need to get together. And I've covered some of those things in my video today. Do your player base right, man. I see how y'all do with the player base with NBA 2K. You can do the same thing for your wrestling fans, man. Don't short your wrestling fans either, 2K. But that's all I got, man. This has been Bose831 Gaming live on Twitch. WWE 2K25, my faction mode, and your boys out of here. I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good day, everyone.